Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back on the final day of the 12 Days of Christmas with my review of You'll Die.
It's
the Horror Man
season and Santa Claus is coming.
Well, guys, we've reached the 12th and final day of the 12 Days of Christmas 2024. To honor the occasion, I decided to save my review for one of the rarest Christmas horror movies of all. You'll Die is a 2010 Psycho Santa slasher film, and boy is it rare. The movie was written and directed by Seth Middleton. The principal cast was made up of friends and acquaintances of the director. Because none of them were actually professional actors, they had other life commitments. Therefore, You'll Die had to be filmed over a 2-year period. It's Christmas Eve, and a young girl named Emily has a legitimate fear of Santa Claus. Last Christmas, during an attempted carjacking of her parents' car, Emily was held hostage by a criminal in a Santa costume. Fittingly, the guy's name was Jack Winter. Emily was even cut by his knife in the altercation, and her father was stabbed. Fortunately, it wasn't a fatal wound for either of them. It was even more fortunate that a guy named Nick happened to be passing by. He was able to knock Jack Winter unconscious, saving Emily's life. Now, a year later, Emily is still traumatized, and understandably so. Her parents have since split up, and Emily and her mother have been spending more time with Nick. Ever since he rescued Emily, she has looked up to him as the ideal father figure. Her own dad was not the best guy. What's worse, though, is Jack Winter has escaped from prison. Now it's Christmas Eve again, and his killing spree begins. Psycho Santa has some unfinished business, and her name is Emily. In an effort to protect them, Nick takes Emily and her mother to his family's cabin. They will spend Christmas there, since Jack Winter is on the loose. But obviously, with this being a slasher film, it's only a matter of time before he finds them. The first thing I want to say about You'll Die is this is much better than you'd expect. It's one of those movies that has no right being as good as it is, considering its budget. No, the performances are not the best, but again, there were no professional actors in this, so you have to cut it some slack. The young girl who played Emily was actually pretty good, though. I like that the movie doesn't try to do too much. It's not all that ambitious, but does enough. It's a by-the-book slasher film, with a twist and turn here and there. The Santa mask is awesome, and the kills are pretty brutal. I like the isolated cabin location. You'll Die is obviously festive, being set on Christmas. I really love the title. It's clever, and as a huge slasher fan, this is exactly what I want in a movie like this. This was a satisfying way to end the 12 days this year, and speaking of endings, the third act, in my opinion, was very well done. You'll Die is dark and mean-spirited, and probably my favorite thing about it is how much it gives off Halloween 4 and Halloween 5 vibes. Like Jamie Lloyd in those two Halloween sequels, a young girl, Emily, is the main target in You'll Die. It's another slasher with a little girl as the final girl. Jack Winter is ultimately the Christmas Michael Myers. You'll Die is definitely a movie that could have spawned sequels. It has that franchise potential. No joke. It's a shame that the scarcity of this one makes it nearly impossible to find, and nearly impossible to watch. It's not like this is streaming anywhere, and this DVD is basically completely lost. YULE Die is a Christmas slasher gem, and a fitting conclusion to the 12 Days of Christmas, 2024. Although I doubt it, have you seen YULE Die? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Thank you guys once again for tuning in to my 12 Days of Christmas. Don't forget, as always, I will be ranking all 12 movies tomorrow on Christmas Eve. Please be sure to tune in to that to see where YULE Die ranks, along with the others. Until then, though, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.